You're exhausted, running every day, giving your all, yet somehow a year later, you're in the same place. 1. The lie you were taught from childhood. The world quietly taught you something dangerous. It was not loud or aggressive. It was soft, moral and beautiful, which made it easy to believe. You were told that life is fair, that hard work always pays, that if you suffer long enough you will succeed, and that pain means you're walking on the right path. Because these ideas sounded honest and noble, you accepted them without question. In school, teachers praised effort more than results. Trying was more important than winning. At home, parents praised struggle more than strategy. They taught you to endure problems, not to challenge them. Society admired people who were always busy, always tired, always stressed. Being exhausted slowly became a sign of importance, as if suffering proved your value. Over time, this thinking changed you. You learned that being tired means you matter. You learned that resting feels like laziness and guilt. You learned that saying no feels selfish, even when you are already overwhelmed. Slowing down started to feel like failure. You began to believe that constant pressure was normal and that peace was something you did not deserve yet. So you pushed yourself harder, you worked longer hours, accepted more pressure, and carried more responsibility than was healthy. You told yourself that this sacrifice would pay off one day. You believed that if you just kept going, life would eventually reward you. But time passed, days turned into years, and nothing truly changed. You were more tired, more stressed and more drained than before, but not more free. Your position stayed the same while your energy disappeared. This is the truth most people are afraid to accept. The world does not reward effort. It never has. The world rewards ownership. Effort makes you useful, but ownership makes you powerful. Once you understand this, you begin to see the lie everywhere, and you can never unsee it. 2 builders never own what they build. Now that you understand the lie, look at what it creates in the real world. Everywhere you look, people are building things they will never own. Offices, factories, construction sites, and companies are full of people giving their best years, their strongest energy, and their sharpest focus to something that does not belong to them. This is not a failure of the system. This is how the system is designed to work. History explains this clearly. The pyramids were not built by kings. Kings did not carry stones under the sun or destroy their bodies through endless labour. The pyramids were built by ordinary men whose names were never recorded. They worked until their bodies broke, and when they could no longer work, they were replaced. The builders were many, but the owners were few. Nothing has changed today. You may not carry stones on your back, but you carry pressure, deadlines, stress, and responsibility. You build companies, brands, and systems that will never be yours. Your effort increases the value of something you do not control. When the work is done, when profits fall, or when you become inconvenient, you are removed without emotion. The system does not feel loyalty. It feels efficiency. This creates a quiet frustration inside you. That late-night feeling that something is wrong is not laziness. It is awareness. Deep down, you know the game is unfair. You know that no matter how hard you work, the finish line keeps moving. That is because effort alone does not change your position. Builders are rewarded with survival. Owners are rewarded with control. Carrying more weight does not turn you into the decision maker. Being the best worker does not give you power. In fact, the better you are at building, the more the system needs you exactly where you are. Hard work makes you valuable, but only as a tool, and tools are not promoted, they are used. Once you see this truth, the fantasy breaks. Loyalty is not remembered. Sacrifice is not repaid. If you keep seeing yourself as a builder, you will always be treated like one. Pyramids are never owned by those who build them. They are owned by those who design them. 3. Power is not effort. It is leverage. By now, one thing should be clear. Working harder does not bring you closer to power. In many cases, it does the opposite. It makes you more useful to people who already have control. The real difference between those at the top and those at the bottom is not intelligence, talent, or morality. It is leverage. Leverage means being able to create results without destroying your time, body, and energy. It means one decision can move thousands of people. One idea can continue working long after you stop. A person with leverage does not need to be constantly active. because the system works for them. A person without leverage must stay busy all the time, or everything collapses. This is why powerful people often look calm, while hard-working people look exhausted. A factory owner does not work harder than the workers, yet earns more. A platform owner does not create more content than the creators, yet controls the platform. A landowner does not farm harder than the farmer, yet profits from the land. The difference is not effort. The difference is control. Effort is limited. You give 1 hour, you get 1 hour of output. When your energy ends, the results end. Leverage is different. One action can produce results again and again. This is why effort is praised loudly, while leverage is rarely discussed. Society teaches you to sell time, not to build systems. You're trained to follow instructions, not to design them. The danger of effort without leverage is that it traps you. The more you work, the more dependent you become on constant motion. Rest starts to feel risky. Slowing down feels like falling behind. Your identity becomes tied to being busy, not being effective. This is not ambition. This is a trap. Leverage can come from ownership, knowledge, influence, networks, or control over resources. It is anything that allows you to benefit from effort that is not your own. This idea feels uncomfortable because it breaks the illusion of fairness. But the world is not fair. It is structured. Those who understand structure rise above effort. Those who ignore it drown in it. When you stop worshipping hard work and start building leverage, your position changes, and position, not effort, is where real power lives. 4. Why exhaustion is a weapon. Exhaustion is not just a side effect of modern life. It is a tool. When a person is tired, they do not think clearly. When they are overwhelmed, they do not question rules. When they are constantly rushing, they do not stop to ask who benefits from their struggle. A tired mind accepts reality instead of challenging it. This is why exhaustion is everywhere. You're encouraged to stay busy, your schedule is always full, your attention is pulled in many directions at once. You're always behind, always catching up, always tired, and you're told this is normal. You're told this is ambition. You're told this is success. But it is none of these things. Exhaustion keeps people obedient. A rested person observes, a tired person reacts. When you're exhausted, survival becomes your main goal. You focus on the next task, the next bill, the next deadline. Big questions feel dangerous. Long-term thinking feels like a luxury you cannot afford. So you stay inside the system, even when the system is draining you. This is not accidental. An exhausted population does not organize, does not resist, and does not study power. Instead, they scroll, consume, and repeat the same cycle. They sleep just enough to function and wake up just tired enough to obey. Notice something important. The most powerful people are rarely rushing. They are not exhausted. They protect their energy carefully. They understand that energy is capital. They plan in years while others think in days. They move slowly while others panic. Exhaustion shortens your vision. When you are tired, you accept bad deals. You settle for less. You obey more easily. This is why rest is attacked and slowing down is shamed. A system built on control needs you tired enough to keep working, but not rested enough to think clearly. Awareness begins when you protect your energy. This is not about quitting work. It is about refusing to be constantly drained. The moment you stop being exhausted, you start seeing clearly, and a clear mind is the greatest threat to any system built on control. 5. Hustle culture is modern propaganda. Hustle culture is everywhere. You see it on social media, in offices, and in motivational quotes that tell you to grind harder, wake up earlier, and sacrifice everything. It sounds inspiring, but in reality it is not motivation. It is propaganda designed to keep you working without questioning who benefits from your effort. Hustle culture teaches you to glorify exhaustion. It tells you that being busy means being valuable, and that suffering is proof of ambition. People proudly share their long hours, sleepless nights, and constant stress, believing this makes them strong. But strength is not measured by how much pain you can tolerate. It is measured by how much control you have over your life. Ask yourself one simple question. Who gains when you burn out? Not you. The system gains. Your boss gains. Companies gain. Platforms gain. Everyone benefits from your exhaustion except you. This is why hustle culture pushes you to work more while giving you less in return. It keeps you productive but powerless. Effort without leverage is the real trap. You work harder, but your position does not change. You give more, but your freedom does not increase. Hustle culture hides the truth that power comes from leverage, not endless motion. A tired worker does not question rules. A tired worker obeys. A tired worker is easy to replace. Look at powerful people closely. They are rarely rushing. They do not chase every task. They move slowly, observe carefully, and act strategically. Their value is not in how hard they work, but in what they control. They choose when to act and when to stay silent. Hustle culture wants you to worship effort and ignore leverage. It wants you busy, stressed, and dependent. But once you see it clearly, the illusion breaks. Constant busyness is not ambition. It is manipulation. The moment you stop glorifying exhaustion and start thinking strategically, you stop being predictable. And that is the first step toward real power. 6. The fox versus the lion. Most people believe power comes from strength. They think being strong means pushing harder, working longer, and never stopping. This is the mindset of the lion. The lion uses force, courage, and effort. It charges forward and fights every battle. The lion looks powerful, but it is also predictable and easy to trap. History and strategy teach a different lesson. True power comes from balance, not brute force. Niccolo Machiavelli explained that a ruler must be both a lion and a fox. The lion provides strength, but the fox provides intelligence. The fox sees traps before stepping into them. It studies the environment, waits patiently, and moves only when the outcome is in its favor. Most people live like lions in a world full of traps. They rush, struggle, and exhaust themselves trying to prove their worth. They believe effort will protect them, but effort alone does not save you from bad systems, unfair rules, or hidden games. The more they push, the more tired they become, while their position stays the same. The fox thinks differently. The fox does not fight every fight, it chooses carefully. It knows that silence can be stronger than noise and patience can be more powerful than speed. The fox wins by avoiding unnecessary battles and striking only when success is certain. It uses timing, awareness, and leverage instead of raw strength. Becoming the fox does not mean becoming lazy. It means becoming intelligent. It means stopping the habit of overperforming in places that give you no power. It means no longer volunteering your energy for someone else's goals. It means observing before acting and thinking before reacting. The lion is admired for effort. The fox is feared for results. The lion gets tired and stays trapped. The fox stays calm and escapes. If you continue living like a lion, you will keep exhausting yourself without gaining control. If you learn to think like a fox, you stop wasting energy and start winning quietly. In a world built on strategy, the fox always survives, and often rules. 7. Leverage is everything. Most people believe success comes from working harder and longer. They measure their value by how busy they are and how much they suffer. They think the more effort they give, the closer they are to winning. But this belief keeps them trapped. Hard work alone does not create freedom. Without leverage, effort only leads to exhaustion. Leverage is what separates the worker from the strategist. It is the ability to use one action to create many results. Without leverage, every gain costs you time and energy. When you stop working, everything stops. With leverage, your actions continue to work even when you are not present. This is why people with leverage look calm while those without it are always rushing. Think about the world around you. The people who earn the most are not always the ones who work the hardest. Owners earn more than workers. Decision makers earn more than executors. This is not because they are better people, but because they are better positioned. They control systems instead of feeding them with endless effort. Leverage can come in many forms. It can be ownership of assets, control over resources, special knowledge, strong networks, or useful technology. Each form of leverage allows you to multiply your impact without multiplying your fatigue. One idea, one connection, or one system can produce results again and again. Most people never build leverage because they are taught to worship effort. They are told that suffering is noble and rest is weakness. As a result, they stay busy but powerless. They work harder each year but feel more stuck. This is the danger of effort without leverage. It keeps you dependent on constant motion and afraid to slow down. To change your position, you must change your focus. Stop asking how to work harder. Start asking where your effort multiplies. Look for systems, not tasks. Look for positions, not praise. The moment you begin building leverage, your life shifts. You stop chasing survival and start gaining control, because in the real world, leverage is not optional, it is everything. 8. Becoming the architect. By now, you understand the trap of hard work and the power of leverage. The next step is to become the architect of your own life. Most people live as builders. They carry bricks for someone else's vision. They sweat, struggle, and measure their worth by how much weight they can lift. But architects think differently. They do not count effort, they count results. They do not measure themselves by how tired they are. They measure themselves by how much control they have over outcomes. Becoming an architect starts with one realization. The world does not reward effort, obedience, or suffering. It rewards vision, strategy, and positioning. If you want to escape the endless cycle of exhaustion, you must stop building someone else's empire and start designing your own. The blueprint is everything. Before you lift a brick, you must know where it belongs. Before you act, you must understand the terrain. Before you spend energy, you must understand the returns. Your energy is your most valuable asset. Most people waste it on meaningless tasks, urgent demands, and other people's priorities. The architect protects energy like gold. Every action is deliberate. Every move has a purpose. The architect creates gaps, strategic absences that make presence powerful. While others grind endlessly and become invisible, the architect becomes indispensable, respected, and feared. Detach your self-worth from effort. You are not valuable because you suffer, because you are needed, or because you work hard. You are valuable because of the results you control, the leverage you hold, and the vision you execute. Stop competing in the same arena as everyone else. Architects build a new arena where they are in control. Start mapping your life. Identify areas where leverage multiplies results. Delegate tasks that do not require your skill. Use your mind, strategy, and unique position to create outcomes that others cannot. Protect your energy. Think long-term. Move silently. Execute strategically. The final test of becoming an architect is patience. You will face pressure to conform, to grind, and to prove yourself in the old ways. Resist. True power is built quietly, with deliberate actions, calculated risks, and relentless observation. One day, your empire will rise, not because you ran faster or worked harder, but because you understood the system and played it while others were trapped by effort alone. Builders will still sweat and chase validation. You will watch from above. You will plan, execute, and control outcomes. You will own your life, your time, and your power. This is freedom. This is mastery. This is how you become unstoppable. Final CTA. If this made you uncomfortable, good. That means you're waking up. This channel is for people who refuse to die tired, waiting for appreciation that never comes. Subscribe if you're done being used, and if you want the real psychology, the real leverage, click join and step into the architect level. Most people won't. That's exactly why it works.